Hey everyone. So I wanted to come on here and do a little something I was thinking about earlier today. And that is the fact I wanted to show you guys basically some of the virtual environments that I've downloaded here with my MetaQuest 3S. Now, the way you get to it, real simple, is you can go to either one. You can go to settings, which is right here, and it takes you right to virtual environment and all that. Or you can go right to here and it'll basically do the same thing. Let me click out of it. But basically, like I said, you can go to settings, which will be in the app area, or let me do this again, guys. So again, like I said, you can go to here, right to the settings, which would be in the app. So you go to your settings in the app and everything. You go to settings, and it will bring you right up to what you recently used. And it could be anything like your Bluetooth you recently used and all that. But if you're recently like using environment setup or custom skybox view and all that, it'll bring you to that. That'll be where you go right away. Like if you want to do something and everything. So you can do that, and that'll bring you to your environment setup right here too. But also basically, it'll bring you to like let's say your Bluetooth or like I say, you want to go to environment setup, it'll bring you right to virtual environment. There you go. I'm still kind of learning it myself, but anyway, you can do it that way. By going to the settings app in your, like I said, in your app area, in your apps, where you have your apps downloaded and not downloaded yet. Or you can go to your time area right here, the quick settings, and it'll take you right to it as well. So you got two ways of getting to that, to that area. But when you get to virtual environment, when you get to it, basically it will allow you to choose any one of the environments here, any one of these environments here, to go into immersive. Basically this is the enter immersive area, so that instead of looking around your room or whatever or wherever you have this set up at, instead of just looking at the room with the screen, you can go to any one of these areas you choose, and you should be good to go. I know a lot of people have talked about this when it comes to the MetaQuest 3S, the MetaQuest 3, the MetaQuest Pro, and even the 2. But yeah, this basically lets you, get out of reality and into a virtual reality, a virtual environment you can do. Now, I don't know if they told you about this, but here you have custom skybox view. What this is basically is it's all these different environments that are part of some of the viewpoints, you know, um, in your, I'm getting a little tongue tied, but basically these default areas here, like these here, these are all basically based on, let's say, your environment, like your space environment, and all that, outdoors and everything. But you can also choose an image. The only catch is you need to make that image 360. So, like I said, you can choose any image you want here. Like you want to choose this image, you can choose this image. But the problem is you have to make it 360. So what you can do, and I was Googling, okay, how can I do this? I went to this. It's called photooxy.com. And what that allows me to do is it allows me to basically convert a photo to 360. Now, you're going to have some pop-ups and everything, not too bad and all that. It's kind of like one of those situations where you're going to have an advertisement here, an advertisement there. It shouldn't interfere too much. But then when you get ready to convert or download or upload whatever, you're going to get maybe a pop-up saying, hey, do you want to do this? And all you have to do is just close out of that, go to the X and close out of that, and you should be okay. You'll get your photo converted to 360. The only thing is you'll be downloading this image. You won't have the image right away. The only way you get that image is you go to it, and then that's what pops up, right there. That's what pops up right there. So you'll have the image. It's just going to be saying something like that. But photoonyx.com, not PhotoOnyx, but photooxy.com is a good place to go. But what it does anyway, though, it allows you to go in, allows you to choose that image, I should say, and then, and that's the noon whistle here in Newman. I do apologize. But then what it allows you to do, depending on the environment, it's not going to work with all environments, but it'll work with some. like Quest Dome here. This is one I downloaded, and as you could see, and that's my avatar right there. But as you can see, it's all in the outdoors. But with the image you would choose, all this right here, all this skyline here, all this skyline, or well, not all this here, but all the skyline and everything you see about, all that would be replaced. With it, all that would be replaced basically with whatever image you choose. But you got to make sure it's 360. Now you don't have to make it 360 because it'll still be utilized. But they say it's best to go 360. That way, it covers the entire area, and you kind of get more of the picture, more of the image, via the 360. But you don't necessarily have to go 360. You could just upload the image, and it will be all right. But again, they recommend 360 because that way it can wrap around, and you could get a better look, at the image and everything, going forward. Basically, you don't have to, worry too much, about that. You know, it'll, basically, like I said, you know, it'll basically, be around. You get a little bit more. I'm getting a little tongue tied, guys. You know how it is when I do these unscripted videos or on the fly videos. But basically, it will allow you to do all that. It will allow you to do all that and everything. With basically, with with a place like this, like you can keep it this way, but you can also basically, like I said, have that image wrapped around. Now, what do I mean by that, though? Well, okay, let me give you an example. I'm sure you're wondering what do I mean by that. Okay, so let me go to 360, choose the item. Okay, we're gonna choose this item right here. Okay, I know, it's kind of silly, but anyway, this is a converted picture from this one, right? This is regular. This is 360. So here's the 360 one. We're gonna select. And then look at that. Look at the change. Look what happened. Look at that. All array around. Look at that. That's the image. All array around. Can you believe that? Can you believe that? Now, you can remove that image. You can remove it if you want, and I think you have to go right here and all that or something. Oh, no, you got to go to reset. Just go to reset. There you go. I forgot about that. I was messing around with it earlier this morning, as I was waking up. But anyway, go to reset, and it will bring you back to your regular area. Now, again, you're probably wondering, well, what about regular images? You say 360 is not necessary. You're right, it's not. So let's say I want to choose this one, or I want to choose this one. Let's say I want to choose that. Okay, watch what happens. See, you get it as well. You get the image just want to make sure I'm not bumping into anything. But you get the image all around. You still get a 360 image. Well, not a 360 image, but you get partially of a 360 image because you can see right now some of the area, like over here, this area, it's all blacked out. This is basically like regular. This is a regular image if you were to use it. So you can do that if you want. That's basically my room right there, as you could tell, and all that. So, yeah, you could do that. But they do recommend 360 because they say even for the best results, choose a 360-degree PNG or GPG image, and you should be okay. But, yeah, basically that's what they recommend. That's what they recommend and everything when you go and basically mess around with this, choose the environment you want. Now, again, to get back to what I was talking about, to me, some of these are actually pretty good. Some of these are actually pretty good, and I've been choosing some of them. Now, of course, default-wise, you're going to get the Meta Horizon Terrace. That's fine. But if you want Classic Home, you could choose that. But what you have to do is you have to install it. Like Cyber City, you have to install. The Retreat, you have to install. Winter Large, you have to install. You have to install them before you use them. And again, some of them don't do the entire thing. Like, let's say I want to go to Studio, right? Okay, we're going to go Studio. Here's the Studio, right? Now, you might say, well, what if you want to use a picture? Okay, we're going to go back to this. Let's see what happens. And as you can see, I chose the picture, but nothing happened. Nothing occurred. You see what I'm saying? Nothing really occurred. And what that means basically is not all areas like let's say this one is going to basically utilize images like this. It's not going to utilize it whatsoever. So, and it says, and it even says this feature is not available in co-present experiences and may not work in all environments. Keywords right there. Key saying, quote, may not work in all environments. And this is one of those environments it doesn't work in. So, so yeah, basically you want to have an environment that it will work in. Like, let's say here we are in cyber. Here we are in Futurescape, right? Now you might say, okay, let's go to the image again. Let's try that image again. Will it work? And the answer is no. This is one of the areas where it will not work. It will not work in this area. But the environment's pretty cool in itself. So I do like that. So I do like that. Point is basically you can use a regular image, or you can go to photooxy.com or a place like photooxy.com, or use a software that you already have, and you could do a 360, maybe even a 360 video. You can do that, but mostly 360 image is what they recommend. I don't think you can do a video. But anyway, like here you have Oshirama, or Oshirami, if you will, and look at that. Very nice environment. Love it. You're basically in a undersea environment, so that's pretty cool. Undersea environment, that's pretty nice. Look at that, really, really cool. Love it. Now, you might say, well, can you use this on that? No, because it's already chosen, and it would pop up over here if I could. But no, I can't. I can't use it. So that's what they're talking about when they say it doesn't work with all environments. Now, what about paradise, paradise or paradiso? Can it work here? Well, right now, this is this is an environmental, or not environmental, but an outdoors like venue, but we can test it. We can test, right? Well, let's go and test. Let's see. Yes, it will work out here. So that's pretty cool. It will work. And if you want the 360 image, again, we'll reset. You want the 360 image, like that, yes, it will work. And you can see the big difference with the 360 image, as I move this for a bit. The big difference with the 360 image is you have basically, essentially, if you will, you have essentially, the whole image around. Not entirely, but just, in areas it could be utilized in. So that's pretty cool. The point I'm getting at is the environments are really fun to work with. And sometimes, let's say if you're laying down, like let's say I'm laying down on my bed. Let me get out of here for a second. But let's say I'm laying down here on my bed at night, or I'm just waking up in the morning, but I don't want to move or anything, and I just want to enjoy, just have a little relaxation, enjoy myself, maybe mess around with this, but I don't want to look at the room. Like I said, I could basically go from here to, let's say, this. This is the mountain study, and look at that. I can go right to the mountain study, and that's pretty cool. It's really nice. You can go right to the mountain study. Now you might say, well, what does all this look like though? Well, this is what the mountain study looks like. Now you do have to have room so that when you do walk and everything, you'll get to see where you're at. It gives you the boundaries, but basically, and that's the evidence of this being a hologram, because when you walk, it will show you the outside a little bit, if you will. So that is one thing I do like. Just now realizing that I do like that, the fact that when you're walking, it will bring up where your real life area, so you don't run into anything. But the environment is really, really nice because it gives you an idea of, or gives you the not just the idea, but gives you the feeling of the fact that, hey, you're not really you're at home, you're at your place of residence, but in a way, let's say again, you're laying down on your couch, you're laying down laying down on your bed or your couch, or you're just sitting down on your chair and all that, but you want to relax, you want to basically be like, yeah, I want to I want to get away from it all and everything. Let's say you want to do that and everything. Let's say you want to do that, and basically all you have to do is go to the immersive area, and here you go. You're in the area of your choosing. So it's really nice to utilize, have fun with. But what are my favorites? What are the ones I've been using? Well, this one right here, the Mountain Study, is one of them. I am using the Mountain Study. I like that one. The other one I've been using outside of the defaulted one is, well, Classic Home. And this is another one of the environments. Unfortunately, you cannot use your custom image. It'll be well. Actually, I don't know. Can you? Let me double check. I'm not really sure. Let me double check here. Yes, you can. You can use the image. You can use the image. Very slightly, but you can use the image. You can use it. That's cool. So this is one area you can use it in. You can use it in. But basically, as you could tell, the environment is really, really nice. There is no doubt about it. I mean, look at this. Look at where it puts you in. Really nice. Imagine being able just to walk over there, get a drink, and be good. I mean, that is awesome. That is awesome to kind of imagine and think about. Now, the other one that I have is, as I showed you earlier, Quest Dome. I have Quest Dome. That's pretty good. I love Quest Dome. You can look at the environment and everything. Really, really nice. You turn around, you look down, look at this. It's unreal. It is unreal. But it gives you that sense of, hey, you're still, legitimate, because I can look down right now at my eyes and I can see my room, from the bottom of my MetaQuest, the nose opening in my MetaQuest, I should say. But you can look around and you can be like, wow, this is pretty good. And then, of course, there's your image, and you can change your avatar right there and everything. But yeah, it gives you more of a outdoorsy, like away from it all feel. You know what I'm saying? And you got all these other ones as well. You got all these other domes out there, which I would assume represents other users out there as well. Excuse me. But then outside of that, the other one outside of the default Terrence one that we all get, like I said, Studio, really nice. Studio is really nice. Look at this. And you got a microwave and everything single. I love what they do. I love how they take basically the ideal like Airbnbs or Airbnbs or rental homes or whatever you want to call them, cabins and all that. I like how they take inspiration from those and put them into put them into this into a outlet like this to kind of give you that idea of, hey, this is where you could be or where you want to be, even though reality wise you're still at home or wherever you're at. Now the other one that I put in, of course, is Space Station. And look at this. Look at this. It's pretty cool. Look at this. Now again, it will basically, if I'm right, yeah, see, it'll basically open up to let you know, hey, you're kind of close and everything. But look at this. This is in space. Really, really cool. This is really nice. And look, it's all the way around. It feels like, and then there's your portal if you want to go meet people and explore worlds. But it makes you really feel like you teleported into space. And look at that. That is really, really cool. I love all of this. Even though you're still basically in your home and everything, or in your room or your study or wherever, I like this. I really do. Now, the other one, as I just check my computer there, the other one that I have is the Cascada. Now, does this allow you to do the environment, or does this allow you to choose an image and use it? Well, let's see. Yes, it does. It allows you to have an image. Pretty cool. Look at that. So we have another one we can have an image in. That's pretty nice. But this right here is the natural image, if you will. This is the natural image, and look at this. It's really cool, really nice, and everything. Look at this. You can even go look around the control pad or the control the control pad. Well, not the control pad, but the monitor, the screen. You can look around. Can you look around over that and look at that? You get a little monorail and everything. It's really, really nice. I love the fact, and you of course you have that game in there that they, comes with the system. But look at it, and then you got your meat world and all that. So real again, the detail they put into all these, based on not just real life but fantasy, I think is really, really nice. And I wish they would, and I hope they bring in more down the line. I really do. I hope they bring in more. The other one that I did, I think I showed you this one already. Yeah, this is the mountain study. I already showed you that. But again, really just it's just like an enclosure, like, hey, this is just what you want, be left alone and all that. Pretty cool. And I've shown you Paradise is So, as you can tell, really, really nice. It's basically like a getaway, it's a bar kind of thing and all that. So really cool. And the other one I have here I like is Futurescape. Now, can you do the environment stuff with Futurescape? I don't know. We could test that because I'm sure people are wondering. We could test that. Let's see. Can we do that with this? No, we can't. It's one of the environments you can't do it with. So, yeah, unfortunately, that's one of the environments you can't do it with. But this is actually a pretty cool environment because when you look around here, you got the portal, so you can do like change your avatar's design and everything. When you look around, it's really, really cool. Of what again, the detail they put into these things just is just mind blowing and all that. So it's really nice. And then of course you want an outdoorsy like feel. Look at this, and this one takes a little longer to pop up because of all the detail that got put into this. Look at this. You got a camping, you got your tent, you got a tent there, you got a hammock and everything, you got a little fire that's, going out, simmering and everything. You got a waterfall, just like in the other one. Look at this. This is just really, really nice. And again, they base this all off of real life. People will, camp in these areas, try to probably find a secluded place to do it. Nice weather and everything if they wanted. But it's really cool that that they went out of the way to do this. You got a little river there. Again, you got your portal and everything. You got to go meeting people thing. So really, really, really nice. And then of course you got these other ones as well. I also have this one where if you just want to get away from reality, here's your abstract room. Here's your abstract reality, if you will, your abstract environment. Like if you want to have artistic inspiration, there you go. So really nice. But for me, and then I think I should. This one's the Crystal Anthrum. This one's really cool. Look at this. Really nice. So again, I like the idea that they based this on a hybrid of fantasy and reality. I do really appreciate that, and I'm sure I'm not the only one. I'm sure not the only one. And of course, I did show you the Oshirama one, which is another one of the environments that you can't put a picture on or anything. But look at this. Look at this. This is just unreal. It's unreal. Look at this. You're surrounded by fishes and everything. It is just really, really nice. I love it. I love it. And again, it's based. A lot of this is based not just on reality, on a hybrid of reality. Look at that stingray just went by me. Look at this. Look at this. This is unreal. I can tell you, I have family that may not be fond of this kind of stuff, but if you were to show them this, they would love it. They would love it, no doubt. No doubt in my mind. But yeah, to me, this is a nice one too. But again, I know I'm sounding repetitive, but I love the idea that they basically put a hybrid of, actual, environments where people would want to go to get away, as well as the fantasy elements that they would feel like they'd want to go to get away as well. So I do like that. But the one that I go back to a lot is basically classic home because again, yes, you can add the environment, you can add your image as well, but I like going to this one because of the fact that it feels, like something you would actually move into and live in, not just for the rest of your life, but let's say for a season. So I do like that. I do like that overall. So in the end, guys, I just wanted to come on here to show you some of the environments I've downloaded so far and that I've been enjoying. Let me know which ones you have been downloading. If you have a MetaQuest 3, 3S, or 2, let me know which ones you like the most and everything. Or do you like some of the ones that I have? And what are your thoughts on adding custom 360 images or not non 360 images to kind of like fill out the space or fill out the sky space and all that. Let me know, guys. I'd love to hear from each and every one of you on this. And as always, like the video, ring the bell for notification, subscribe to the channel, and everything. Um, what's it? I go through this a lot. You think I would have it memorized. But like I said, like the video, subscribe to the channel, ring the bell for notifications, share the video. Also, click on the links in the description, guys, to find my content elsewhere outside of YouTube. It would be greatly appreciated if you can help me out there, especially at Cash App, Venmo, and Patreon, and my Teespring store. We really appreciate it if you could do that. But guys, let me know what your thoughts are overall on this. And again, if you have a MetaQuest or an Oculus or whatever that has this kind of stuff, which of the environments do you agree with me is something that you like, and which ones do you think I should look into in the future? But until next time, guys, let me know. And until then, I am out. Take care. God bless.